Good morning. Thanks for joining me today on Mornings with Ken. I'm so glad you guys stopped by. Hey, why don't you pull up a chair, kick off the shoes, have a seat, and stay a while. I'm really glad you're here. Hey, you got to get yourself a nice cup of coffee. Yeah, get yourself a nice cup of coffee. And then don't forget that virtual donut. Hey, thanks for coming by, guys, today. Hey, it's getting cold out. It's wintertime now. And we're gonna dig deep into winter. And I usually like to help out the homeless, especially during the wintertime, but I do it kind of all year round. But so what I do is I make up little gift bags for the homeless. I do one for a female and one for a male. And I put in supplies that I think would be helpful for them while they're out on the street, whether they're, asking for money or whatever the case may be. I like to give them a little something. I can't help them out with everything. I mean, I'm not a rich man, but I can help them out a little bit. So today I'm just going to not teach you, but show you what I do. And you could do the same thing. This isn't to pat me on the back at all. It's just a little something. And you could do it too. And maybe you've never thought about it, but sometimes the homeless, if they could just have a little blessing during the day, it'll help them get through the day. So I'm going to have another sip of coffee first. That's some good coffee this morning. So what I do is usually I get a gallon size Ziploc bag, but this one's a 2-gallon one. I couldn't find a cheap carton of 1-gallon one. So, and everything I'm going to show you, I get from the dollar store, like one of the dollar stores that are out there. So, because I don't have a whole lot of money, and I get this stuff over time when I build up a treasure chest of supplies. So, except for the snacks, I get those fresh. But anyway, so let's get started. So like I say, today I'm going to do a gift bag for the homeless. This one particular is for a female. I already did one for a male, but I already passed it out. So anyway, and we're just going to start kind of randomly. I get them some water. They're out there all day, and maybe they're asking for money on one of the corners or whatever, and maybe they're starting to get thirsty. They don't want to go anywhere to get something. They don't have any money. So little bottle of water, that'll start their day off right there. Give them some water. And next, it doesn't matter which order per se, but I get them some of these little tuna treats. It's fresh, and all you do is rip open the package, and it's ready to go. And I don't have a fork to give them right now, but maybe if I find one, I'll throw one in there. But they could even pick it out with that or whatever you got to do. But it's little prepackaged tuna, and that'll give them something to eat there that they could snack on. And next, I got some crackers. They would like to have a little bite to eat when they get hungry a little bit. See what else I got for them here. Oh, I got some pistachios. There you go. And I kind of got these. I was going to get peanuts, but I like pistachios. Not that I'm going to eat these. I promise you I'm going to give them away. But since I like pistachios, I want them to like pistachios. So here we go. All right. Next, we got some, some kind of a meat byproduct. Slim Jim. It's a Slim Jim. I'll promote them. Slim Jim. When you got to give a Slim Jim. But I'll throw that in the bag. That'll give them some little bit of meat there. All right, what else have I got? Okay, so they're standing out there in the street all day long, and maybe it's starting to rain or snow. And this is again at the dollar store. It's not the best little raincoat poncho, but it's what I can afford. I can't buy everybody a raincoat, but this may help for a little bit, keeping some of the rain off of them. I do the best I can with what I got, So we'll throw that in there. Now, we will also, winter is approaching. So I got some gloves. I don't know, these were in the girl section at the dollar store. Looked like more for a man, but I mean, it doesn't matter. It's going to keep their hands warm. That's all that matters. So I got some little winter gloves. Now, and I also got some socks. And I don't, it's winter's coming, but I don't know what kind of socks girls wear in the winter. But I always know girls like the ankle kind. So, it's a fresh pair of socks in case their feet get wet or something. There you go. Now, did I ever tell you the story about my pink hat? Well, I got this hat. Of course, this is a kind of girly because it's pink. So I got a hat for last winter, and I saw this lady at the beginning of the day. I was out driving around in the morning, and I saw this lady at one of the traffic lights asking for money. And so I thought, well, if I get a chance, and I get a chance to go by the dollar store, I'll make a bag up for her real quick, and I'll get her some warm hats and gloves, because she wasn't wearing a hat, she wasn't wearing gloves, and it's wintertime. So I did that. Later in the day, I had a chance to go pick up some supplies, and I put everything in the bag, and I went back to where she was, and there she was, and I gave her the bag of items with the pink hat. So I'm thinking, well, now maybe her head will be warm. So later on the day, I happened by there again, and I saw the pretty pink hat laying on the sidewalk in the slushy snow, wet mud, along with some of the stuff that's in the bag, just laying in the slushy snow of the mud. And there was that nice pink hat that I bought. And I was kind of sad. I was like, I don't mind giving stuff away for free. But you know what? It was a thought that counts. If, maybe she took something out of the bag that she needs, I hope. But I was really disappointed in seeing my nice hat wasted on the curb. But that's okay. Here's another pink hat. All right. And then at the dollar store, I usually get some washcloths. They're really, really cheap. You get a pack of 5. I took some out of this pack for my other bag that I made for the guy. But the lady's going to get 3. So I gave the guy 2, the lady's 3. They're a little bit more cleaner people. So she's going to get 3 washcloths for $1. And there you go. So she can keep herself clean. Hands get dirty. Go to a restroom. Got some soap in there and wash your hands. And then, I didn't know what ladies like to keep their hair up in. Like, maybe their hair's down and they want to keep it up and out of their way. And I don't know. I see women wear these things. I don't know how they work, but, they can do their hair up in them and keep them out of their face. So there you go. So here's something for her hair. And, a girl wants to look a little, she got to keep herself up, appearances up. But no, a little file and fingernail clippers. That'll come in handy. You get a hangnail or whatever, or she wants to trim her nails, and there you go. Got a little stuff to trim their nails there with. Now, you do kind of want to smell kind of nice, if you run into people and stuff, or maybe she's working on getting her life, settled, and maybe she's job hunting and she wants to go to the job interview smelling good, cleaned up. Well, there's a little deodorant for her. So there she goes. Now, also, I think these will really come in handy on the street because if you're homeless and you're living out on the street and your hands are going to get dirty. So you might as well have some moist wipes in your little bag of goodies so they can keep their hands clean or wipe their face or whatever it is. I need another drink of coffee. That's what happens when you make a good cup of brew. Wait, I need another bite of that virtual donut. Okay. Hey, for you guys that listen to my podcast, that's what I mean by a virtual donut. We don't need to be eating a regular donut. So you eat a virtual one and you're pretending like you're eating a snack. There you go. Next, we have some hand sanitizer. Little pink, little cute that is. It's going to not match her hat, but little hand sanitizer she can stick in her pocket or her purse or on her pants somewhere, and so she can keep her germs off of her hands. So a little bottle of that. All right, what we got next? Okay, now she's gonna, you might get infection after you get a cut. You might want to use some of that hand sanitizer. I know it's gonna burn, but it's gonna sanitize it, and then you could put a Band-Aid on your little boo-boo and keep the boo-boo clean from infection. So I got some little Band-Aids for him. And for the guy's bag, it's pretty similar, except guy deodorant and that kind of guy stuff, but pretty similar. And I got some moisturizer, some body lotion. Keep your hands nice and free from chapping and cracking. And this is cocoa butter. I might just keep this one for myself. No, I have some in my car. But keep her hands nice and smooth and free from cracks. Oh, before she goes to that job interview or goes back to the shelter or whatever, toothbrush. So there you have it. Little toothbrush. You can brush her teeth. Now, if you're going to give her some toothbrush, you might as well get her a little thing of toothpaste. Now, I know they have this. All this is usually provided in the shelter. But, this is something little she can keep with her and maybe, personal bag and keep her own toothpaste. So there you go. Now, what's next? Oh, I have a little baggie. I thought this would go good. So we have a little baggie. So maybe she wants to keep some of these personal items in here. Easy to carry, little backpack, got the strings on it. And again, this is only $1. It's a Dollar Tree, so we'll stick that in there. Yeah, we'll stick that in there. Now, what else we got? Oh, got to keep your lips from chapping too. So I got some lip balm to help keep your lips from chapping, and then they crack and they bleed a little bit. Ugh, women don't like that. So let's put that in there. Now, the other things that I got is I always get them a little notebook. This one says, "You can." So you can. So this one, I will usually write a little note in there, and I'll just give them words of encouragement, maybe 3 steps to try to better your life, and just little simple encouraging words of some kind, nothing nasty or mean and questioning why they're homeless or anything like that. But whatever I could, just think of something really nice to say to them, because believe me, they hear all the nasty stuff and they get yelled at by the people passing by and stuff. So I just put in there, maybe give them a little few words of encouragement. So there's that. And then since it's a little booklet journal, I give them a pen. So, maybe they want to journal. Maybe they want to write, they're given information about a job or something like that, or the notes, phone numbers or something. They can jot it down in this little book, and they'll have it with them, and they can refer back to it or whatever they want to do with it. Now, let's see what we got. Next, let's do now, because I'm a believer in Christ and a follower of Christ. I don't have time to go over the gospel with them. Like, most of the time you meet these people, you're in your car and you're at a red light or stop sign, and they come over to your window and they quickly ask you for money before the light changes. So I don't have a whole lot of time to talk to them. What I'd like to do is put in a nice track, a nice gospel track that just shares the simple gospel message. And whether they read it or not, or whether they take this out and toss it onto the street, that's okay. I'm not offended, but maybe perhaps they read it and they're encouraged maybe to seek out what this is all about, what Christ is all about. So just something little. Like I say, I don't use these personally when I meet somebody, but it's a quick way just to get some type of gospel message out there. So, and then I give them a part of the gospel. So they're all going to get these little Bibles you can get for $1 at the dollar store. And it's just the New Testament. And this is the NIV version. Don't get them the King James. Don't get them the King James version. I mean, I know some of you people out there really like the King James because it's what you grew up on, or it's, don't give them King James. Nobody wants to read "Thou as didst saith, thou as." No, you give them something that's ESV, NIV, American Standard Version, something like that, just so them to have read something in Scripture. And usually on the inside of here, I'll write a Scripture verse that I want them to try and find in here, and this again, maybe it points them to Christ, maybe it gives them encouragement, whatever, but it's there. If they end up tossing it out in the mud, oh well, that's so be it. And all right, then I usually, one of the last things after I take a cup of coffee, all right, so then I usually give them $1. Hey, that's all I got. If you're making up bags for the homeless, all this, everything's $1, but it adds up. And I'm not a man of means. I'm a simple man making a simple wage, but at least they have a little something they could add to from the last person that gave them money. If you feel more generous, you want to give them $5, $10, $20, $100 bill. You want to give them your wallet or your debit card. Free. But anyway, hey, I give them a little $1. And what I do is I stick that $1 like right up front. So at least I know when I approach the curb, they're going to take it. They might not take it, just the bag itself, because they don't see any money. I might think, I don't want a candy bar. I don't want, some hand sanitizer. But if they see that $1 up front, they're more likely to take the bag. Pretty much, they're going to take whatever you hand out the window. They really are. I've had some people, I've given them a bag and they're like, ain't you got any cash? Don't you have any cash? Money? And, no. I mean, I give them $1, but they wanted more. But so, and then the last thing, one of the things I put in there is, hang on. Sorry. I put in one of these. This here has all a bunch of self-help agencies that offer free help to the poor and homeless. Everything is listed here: health and mental wellness, dental, doctors, all kinds of free things, housing. It lists agencies about that will pass out free food, churches that give out free food, all kinds of stuff like that. Anything that you could think of, they will find in here. And you could pick these up at the homeless shelter in Akron, Ohio. See, I'm representing Akron today. Can you see my shirt? Representing Be the Change in Akron Needs. But you could pick these up at the Haven of Rest, or actually there's a website you can go to and order as many as you want, and you can make copies. They actually say, please make copies of this because it costs them to print money, and we want their money to go to the homeless. So you can get one of these, go to a library somewhere and print off as many copies as you want. They encourage that. And then that way they have every need that is out there, an agency that will help take care of that need. So, think about picking up some of these, stick it in the bag, and that way, when they're hungry at night, they have a list of churches that they can go to for free food, hot meals. Every day of the week, a different church is offering hot meals. So take advantage of that, stick that in there. And I think that's the best gift in the bag because it's full of agencies that will help them with the needs that they need of that day. So, and plenty of other stuff too, dental, all kinds of stuff. So, hey, that's really all I got today. So maybe we'll see you another time, maybe tomorrow or something. All right. You guys take care. I love you guys. Bye-bye.